So Keirakuchirio is this Japanese meridian system where they go around feeling meridians for stickiness. They're feeling for deficiencies in Ichi. The other thing is that in TCM land, we have a lot of lip service to excess and deficiency and excess phlegm damp from spleen chi deficiency and all these terms. But for us, when I say deficiency, I mean Ichi or electricity. And you can never have too much of a good thing. There's a caveat to that. We found that the body responds really well to higher voltage and very low current or amperage. Dr. Adrian's going to come and teach you all about that. So the acuchannels, the neural levels, and the blood should be around negative 20 millivolts. This is the same exact measurement that we get from the Earth. The Earth is this giant battery, negative 20 millivolts, so we're really Earthlings. And then if you smash a thumb and it needs to regenerate, it has to go above negative 50 millivolts. But 1 volt is 1,000 millivolts, and our machines go up to 200 or higher, depending upon the machine. So what are electrons? It's a negatively charged particle, readily available in the earth and in batteries. So if you just use a needle without electricity, you're still an electroacupuncturist because negative 20 millivolts of charge will trickle into the body. They function as antioxidants. So you do your blood electric, which I'm going to teach you all this weekend. Blood goes to the lungs. And then the patient smokes a cigarette right after your treatment. They're using those free electrons that you provided during your treatment are now linking with that free radical from the cigarette and getting nullified so it hopefully won't harm the patient. But you only treat them for 20 minutes, load up their blood with antioxidants, but they're going to smoke 20 more cigarettes in that same day and just keep adding free radicals. So what are electrons is the single most powerful healing force available to acupuncturists. Now this first session is a lot about theory, and then after that I'm going to move to a lot of demos and get into it. So what supplies electrons to cells, organs, and tissues? These are the acupuncture channel system, which is something real. And many acupuncturists don't think it's real, but it's its own system that exists outside the nervous system. We can influence both, but it's very important to know that we actually have an acupuncture channel system made up of muscle, fascia. For example, muscles are the battery packs. It's very specialized tissue, highly evolutionized. It's so cool. And when you stress it, stretch it, tweak it, needle it, massage it, exercise, move it, it releases Ichi. It releases energy. From where? From nowhere. Out of nothing comes this beautiful energy. Measurable, too. You can measure the electricity coming off of muscle tissue. And the way everything's designed, it's all wired together by the fascia, which is the #1 most electrically conductive tissue of the body. So here's fascia, right? This is from, I believe, I forget. I think it's definitely not an acupuncturist, but when you do careful dissection. See, the reason why, well, one of the reasons why the whole world doesn't believe the acupuncture channel system is real is because the acupuncture channel system is made up of muscle battery packs all wired together in a discrete circuit by the fascia. So Western medical doctors are like, okay, if it's real, let me slice open this body and see the acupuncture channel system. In that very first cut, they slice right through the fascia, pulling apart the wiring system and trying to look. Where's the acupuncture channel system? Fascia is pretty cool. It's set up like a DC circuit. It only allows electricity to flow in one direction. And the numbering system of the points dictates or lets us know about the direction for every channel except the Ren channel, which flows downward, but somewhere along the lines, they change the numbering to go upwards. Everybody with me? If you look up at the makeup of the body, the fascia surrounds all skeletal muscle, and it links these circuits together in discrete circuitry. What does that mean? It means if I measure -20 on the gallbladder channel and measure -3 on the liver channel, and then I add electricity to the gallbladder channel, or that's not a good example. Let me start over. Let's say that the bladder channel and what channel is not related to the bladder channel? Not connected directly. Give me a channel. Okay, let's do large intestine. So for my example, if large intestine is measuring at -10 millivolts and urinary bladder is measuring at -20 millivolts, if I add electricity to either one, it's not going to influence directly the other because these are discrete circuits, discrete wiring, separated. The battery packs on the bladder channel are separated from all the other channels. So this is how we know the acupuncture channel system actually exists, and we have to honor it. And it blows me away that, I don't know the percentage, maybe greater than 80% of the acupuncturists don't believe it's its own system, like it's its own living, breathing kind of organ, or it's the power supply of the body. So what are nerves in relationship to the acupuncture channels? Well, the acupuncture channels don't go everywhere. They don't feed electricity everywhere, but the acupuncture channel system dumps into the Ren and the Du channel. And then the second most electrically conductive tissue is the spinal nerves, the epineural covering of the spinal nerves coming off of the spine, feeding organs. So what are the most electrically conductive tissues of the body? Number 1's fascia. Number 2 is epineural covering of nerves. Even more, if you notice here, it's way more electrically conductive on the outside of nerve than the inner nerve fibers that many electroacupuncturists are focused on. Then number 3, fibers covering of vessels, and number 4 is blood and fluids. Now, we said acupuncture channels in the fascia are unidirectional. How about the spinal nerves? Are they also unidirectional in terms of electricity can only go one direction? No, they can go back and forth. And how does the electricity know how to get there? It's physics. A deficiency in electricity decreases the electrical resistance. What's electrical resistance? It's the potential for electricity to travel somewhere. So a diseased liver will make the nerve that it's connected to deficient in Qi. It's starving for it. So if there's Qi flowing up the Du channel, it's going to exit on the spinal nerve of the diseased organ until it fills that up. Then the electricity continues. Does that make sense? It's so cool and super easy. What is the least electrically conductive tissue of the body? You're looking at it, it's the skin, thankfully. Now, here's a couple pathways for life, of pathways of Qi, or electricity. I said muscle tissue, when it's moved, stressed, stretched, tweaked, needled, it releases electricity, right? Well, is the heart a muscle? Every time the heart beats, it releases electricity. Where does it go? It goes to the highly conductive pericardial sac, and then into the pericardium channel, and then and feeds into all the other channels until it hits the kidney channel. Now, this flow is a little bit different than what we learned in TCM school. This comes from measurements from Dr. Tennant in Texas.